Alrighty then. Cool. So we are back with a little bit of Esper Erayo Mentor. So just last weekend, someone managed to take this to a pretty high finish in one of the challenges. I believe it was 3rd or 4th place. I should check, and I should also get that player's name. It is certainly inspired on several axes by different ideas that our good buddy Jiggy Wiggy has been floating around. So what are those ideas? Well, Jiggy and myself and Brian M on the Serum Visions podcast did a Monastery Mentor week. And then Jiggy also from that ended up doing his own many experiments on Erayo. We also are sort of known as a group for playing these Emry, Mox Amber, Mishra's Bauble shells, usually with Kinnan somewhere in tow. So this deck is looking to generate a large number of spells on the early turns of the game, either with a Monastery Mentor to dump a bunch of monk tokens into play, which will easily close out games quickly, or by flipping Erayo Soratami Ascendant. So we've played an Erayo deck on this channel before, but this card is 1 and a blue for a flying 1/1, and it says whenever the 4th spell of a turn is cast, flip Erayo Soratami Ascendant. And then when Erayo is flipped, she becomes Erayo Soratami Ascendant's Essence, which says whenever an opponent casts the first spell each turn, counter that spell. So it's an incredibly powerful sort of prison-like, prison-light effect, which is going to make a lot of decks in Modern have a lot of trouble winning the game. In the other version that we had, part of the problem was that we were only using Uro basically to win the game after that, and sometimes Karn. But there were times where closing out the game was not the easiest thing in the world. Also, some other decks could go faster than you. To that end, both for Monastery Mentor and Erayo, we were playing Repeal, as well as a bunch of 0 mana artifacts. So Repeal with any 0 mana artifact allows you to basically get 3 spells out of 2 cards, plus you end up drawing a card. So you can play a Mox Amber, repeal it, and play the Mox Amber again, and you've played 3 spells in that turn already. So if you have an Erayo in play, or if you play the Erayo beforehand, you can just flip it right off the bat. Additionally, we're playing copies of Unearth. Unearth is exceptional with Erayo as well, as it is a 1 mana spell that puts your Erayo back into play. So you'll have more mana available afterwards. And one of the sort of sideways advantages of having Unearth in a deck like this is that on the early turns, if you run into any of the black interaction decks that are going to hit you with things like Thoughtseize, when they see your hand that has something like a Lurrus or an Erayo or an Emry or a Monastery Mentor and an Unearth, they are forced to take the Unearth, basically. Please make results with this deck, because I brought some Erayos and I need those to spike. I will do the best I can. TP, TSP, TPS, Jendrik. I don't know how he is supposed to pronounce that, because I think he's Polish. But he was playing it this morning, and I've seen him playing it all week. So there are definitely a bunch of people picking this deck up. I know some of them have had mixed to low results with it. So we'll see if I can do anything with it, Pi. And then we've got Teferi the Fun Raveler, because we're playing Esper, and it's one of the best things you can be playing. We've got 1 copy of Tasigur. It's just as a sort of grindy mid-range plan that we can flip into play pretty quickly, and then a reasonable sideboard. So let's hop into the league and see how she goes, because that's much more exciting than hear me yammer on about some of the interactions. I've seen some pretty sick plays from this deck this week with people playing it, so there's definitely like a learning curve to it, and I don't this is definitely a deck where even a lot of experienced players are going to pick it up and miss some of the cool lines that you can create. So I wanted to get this on the channel. Watching Mark Tobaesh playing this deck was epic. I believe that. We're rocking in here against Mario Gomez, 097. And we got a banger of an opening hand here. It's not perfect, but it's real close. You know him. I do not know him. I have no idea who that person is. None. Okay, we're just going to pass through turn 1 here. Got Thought Scour ready to go. If we get hit with discard or what have you. Okay. Oh, it's probably Urian taxes? Nope. Lurrus. Oh, it's probably Hammer Time. Person who invented this deck also won some GPs and stuff. Neat. Well, then, one of the things I said in my little talk at the beginning of this video may be incorrect, but I think this deck appearing again is partially due to the fact that Jiggy Wiggy was able to 5-0 with multiple different sort of Erayo and Monastery Mentor decks, but I could be wrong. All right, so Hammer Time, huh? Probably just gonna dump this Spellskite into play here. We didn't flip over anything exciting into our graveyard, and we have nowhere near the number of spells we need to make playing Erayo here. Yeah, that's true. Nothing's new. I mean, you're not wrong. I suppose I could just play out the Erayo here, and then when we go to Teferi, Mox Amber, bounce the Mox Amber, play the Mox Amber, play Spellskite next turn. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually, if I play Erayo this turn, I could flip it next turn. But I can do the same thing by flipping the Erayo, but I can't do it in the right order because the Mox Amber, the Erayo has to be the 4th spell if I do it that way. So what we're going to do this turn is we're going to play out Erayo and sit on it, and then next turn we can flip it. And that should be pretty good. If they path Erayo, I'll be okay here. Because then we'll just play Mentor and go nuts with that. If they hold up mana, that'll be the tricky part, or if they jam out a Thalia. Well, I can block, but I'm going to choose not to. Stoneforge. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to flip our Erayo here. They'll be able to get a Batter Skull, but we should be able to overtake that once we've got a flipped Erayo. Teferi Time Ravelers -3. Who wore it better, Astrolabe or Mox Amber? It's difficult. It's a difficult call. Who wore it better? I wonder if they're choosing something that isn't Batter Skull. Like, I wonder if they're like, gotta get that Sword of Fire and Ice. I wouldn't think so. Either one of them is going to be a tad slow, so I think we're going to be fine here, but... And a little bit of weird incidental gain that we're about to get here is we're going to be able to dump the Spellskite into play, and then they're going to be forced on their turn to either attack my Teferi down or put their Batter Skull into play, but they won't be able to do both because the Spellskite can block the Burnt and Forge Tender. So that's good. My off-meta meta deck is going to beat their off-meta meta deck. They play Hammer. I don't think they have Batter Skull. They might. Some of the versions, you're right. Some of the versions of Hammer Time are all in, and some of them are less so. I always like the versions that are less so, but I'm a control player, mid-range player by nature, so I never like to play the all-in decks. I always like to have the option to fetch. It's just, it feels like such a tiny gain, or loss in terms of like your linear plan. Like, oh, put one Batterskull in your 60 card deck. I mean, what are the but you will draw it sometimes, and then your linear plan will fall apart because you have this slow, clunky Batterskull. Also, imagine playing Stoneforge Mystic without Sword of the Meek. Oh, I don't want to. Yeah, they got the Colossus Hammer, sure. But they don't have any way to equip it right now, so I'm not really worried. And then we've got this, so yeah. All right, time to Enigms. Yeah, they definitely hit the tank hard on that one. Okay, so spell number 1. Spell number 2. Spell number 3. And spell number 4. Yay! Wait, did it! Yay, magic! Yay! And we even got to put a Teferi in this sequence. Emry plus Explosives, better love story than Twilight. I think Emry plus Uro is a better love story than Twilight, but Emry plus Explosives is better than I don't remember the names of the Twilight sequels. Breaking Dawn, is that one of them? That totally is, right? Breaking Dawn is a Twilight. I think Breaking Dawn is a Twilight sequel. So there you go. Okay. Okay, they got the hammer into play. Well, goodness gracious. I certainly going to be in big trouble soon. You read Breaking... I did not read Breaking Dawn, but the franchise was so big. It's like if you pretended that you didn't know the names of... well, actually, no, I feel like there are probably legitimately people out there who, like, don't know the names of, I don't know, like the Hobbit movies. But, you know. Okay, so I think I'm cool to just play Mentor here. What I'm trying to figure out is like how do I need to not lose this game? Ooh, Mzine. Is that... Are you the person that I think you are? Anyway, you were saying Boo Earns. All right, what are we doing here? I mean, I can play Mentor and dump a bunch of tokens into play, and I can't see them. Really? Oh, that's fantastic. I hope everything's going well for you. I think are you competing in the MC? The Mythic Championship? And also, is that the current nomenclature? Am I? All right, I'm gonna play this Teferi. I'm gonna get this Stoneforge off the battlefield. Yeah, and now that I have the Mox Amber, I can put explosives on one. I probably should have just held on to the Bauble for flipping the Erayo, but I don't know. I took this line. Oh, hell no. You're not playing the MC? Oh, I thought you were. Maybe you're a different Mzine than I think you are. Wait, you're the one who... Oh, you're okay. Yes, now I know who you are. Sorry, there's several Emmas. Oh, snap. Really? I don't... Okay. They figured it out. All right. I think Fatal Push is by and large the... Oh, well then. I guess we could just be done here. Yeah, they could have... So they could have equipped their hammer to the Burton Forge Tender and attacked. But... Oh, I should get my soundboard. I have several Simpsons sound effects, so we can celebrate my victory. There we go. Easy 1-0. Hell yeah. Alright, mulligan to 6 or keep 7. We're on the draw. I think this hand is okay. Not great, but... Actually, they have a companion, and they have 60 cards, so probably playing against... Ooh! Okay, so this is going to be Obosh Red. All right, let's hit the mulligan button, because I don't fancy just getting blown out. We need a bit more of a of a powerful hand. This is not great, but I'm gonna ride or die with Emry and Thought Scours and an Unearth. So yeah, we're going to this hand. Oh, I'm on the play. Good. That's way better than I thought. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to check who's on the play or draw because I haven't played in most of a week, which is okay. It's fine. I had stuff going on. Big stuff going on. That's interesting. I wonder if it's some kind of chonkier red deck. Is this like big red with oboe? And if so, what happened to modern? Can someone check the modern? I think it might be broken. And not the way it's normally broken. Let's Thought Scour first, see what happens. Didn't flip anything I want there. Do I want to gamble and shock this to get this Soul Guide Lantern in play? No, not if... I don't know if they're on some kind of red deck, so... And I probably shouldn't have played that Bauble out. I'm too used to... Okay, so they are in some kind of red deck, because they're not... Okay, Firebolt, and then light up the stage? Okay, this is not bad. Mog Fantastic! What? This is a terrible, terrible new art on a new border, but Mog Fantastic. All right. Someone's cooking with propane over there. Oh, God. It burns! It burns! All right. What did we... Oh, we flipped a Mentor? Cool. That will hopefully be good for the future. I needed an upkeep stop on their turn there, but that's okay. So... Whoa! That's not okay. Did you guys see the windmill slam on that out of them? I would like to find a Mox reasonably quickly, please. Or maybe, I don't know, basic land. I have some of most of the types of basic land in my deck, so... Emry's about to die. Yeah, not unexpected. We've got a couple of extra draws. Okay, there's the Firebolt they drew, and another light up the stage. Okay, good. Redundant Blood Moon. Love to see that. And on top, they've got another Season Pyro, so they've got all the value. I guess we could cycle this Unearth if needs be. Let's dump this Spellskite into play, though. This is not ideal! This is not ideal! Alright. Main deck Blood Moon. I guess I should have expected that. I've seen some of these lists, and there are a bunch of them that play 4 of main deck Blood Moon because, you know, it's modern. Alright, so this Mox Amber is no longer as useful as it would have been earlier, which is not the best. Alright, let's find the land. Nope. Pass the turn. We're in trouble. I suppose once they hit 5 lands, I really should crack this Soul Guide Lantern to wipe out their... Ugh. We are going to die very fast. Oh, we're so dead. I want you to know this is all of us dying. All of us are dying right now. Deep, deep trouble. Yes, indeedy. Oh, boy. Yeah, alright. I'm good. I've had enough. Hodor time, baby. Got me good. Definitely going to sideboard. Yeah, I would think so. Alright, so Aether Gust, Spellskite. Fatal Push is probably something I should have here. I don't know if it feels great, but there's almost definitely some good cuts here. So we don't need Soul Guide Lantern. Aether Spellbomb is probably less than ideal. And then Teferi is usually kind of medium in these matchups. I know he can bounce Blood Moon, but I feel like if I play the Teferi out first, they're just going to play around it, no problem. It does feel like I'm overboarding here. I do wonder if this is like a just board out all your Erayos kind of matchup, but I don't think that's ever true in this deck because you have Unearth. And between like the threat of hard casting Erayo and being able to Unearth an Erayo, you're usually good. I don't even think Tasigur is much of a house against them. But then again, neither's Mentor. I don't know. This feels like we're overboarding and maybe I should do this. And then... I don't know. I'll go down to Mox Amber. What? Cool stuff. We got Shane from the dive down and some other human beings. I assume they're human beings. Could be some robots. Welcome, welcome. Man, I got some of the great people in the Magic community hanging out here. It was a good day to decide to stream. For the Horde, indeed. Nothing like a good raid. Pillaging and whatnot. Dive Down Nation. I'm a proud non-card-carrying member of the Dive Down Nation. For some reason, the postage on my membership card never came through. I know. So I think it's the international embargoes and stuff. All right. So we could turn one in Emry, but at the cost of wasting an engineered explosives, which I don't think is worth doing. I'm in Canada. I am in Canada. On the sunny shores of Lake Ontario. And by sunny, I mean frigid. But it's actually delightfully coated in snow right now. Yeah, I'm the Faithless Brewing / Dive Down Northern Outpost. I think I'm the most northern member of any of the podcasts that I know about. Relic. Yeah, that's a thing, I guess. Snowed in the UK this morning. It became very wet. Yeah, we actually had a couple days where the snow stuck on the ground. So this is one of those hands where I'm just going to grab this Watery Grave and hope for the best. Because I would like accesses. No, let's grab the island first. Let's not get got like we did last game. Well, that's a thing. Oh. Where is it? Where is it? Erayo, Soratami, Ascendant has flipped. Do you see the Erayo? They flipped the bee. I need to get that clip from Clone High. That's what I need to do. Oh no! You got me. You got me. Okay, so this has been disabled. Okay, yeah, that was what they were talking about in that update. So for anyone who's currently playing MTGO, the yield until next end step thing has been disabled. Apparently they were having problems with people's entire turns getting skipped. I'll pop the second Bauble here to draw the card now, because I'm looking to hit a land drop, and I'm probably just playing an Emry this turn, so I don't, I wanted to, anyway. Words. Many words. The best words, the biggest. All right, Mox Amber. And then 1 mana Emry. You can just F6. You can't F6. I just, I wanted to pop the second Bauble at the end of their turn, and I couldn't F6 and do that. So you can F6, but I usually use the yield until next end step fairly frequently, because I play a lot of decks with fetch lands. Yeah, So, okay, so they I think they have multiple bolts, or did I see the same bolt twice? No, they have multiple bolts, so they can definitely kill my Emry here if they want to, which is going to be less than great for me. And then they'll probably also play a Soul Scar Mage. My deck, sometimes I go to 600, then F6 the whole game. Okay. Oh, they're using that as the spell to trigger Erayo. And then the Lightning Bolt. There she is. Oh, Flame Slash. Okay, so they're holding on to the bolt. Okay, so now we know about more cards in their hand anyway. And... well, the Unearth is a good-ish draw. But I don't have the colors. Still don't have the colors. Why you do me like this, deck? It's okay, we have the flipped Erayo's Essence, so... we're totally, probably, maybe gonna be fine, unless they go Lightning Bolt, Blood Moon. They grab Obosh. Okay, that's fair. So they're not playing any spells this turn, which is fine. There we go. We'll go get a basic swamp. I know we still don't have access to white mana, but I'm not really worried about it. I guess we're getting Emry here. We do have to be kind of careful because eventually they'll be able to blast zone on 2, unless they don't know that they can do that, which wouldn't surprise me. It is a weird interaction. So this card still has a converted mana cost of 2. It looks like it has 0, but it is in fact 2. So if they decide to crank their blast zone up to 2, they'll be able to pop that. Okay, Firebolt. Emry, not long for this world. No worries. And Lightning Bolt me. Whew. Going to lunch finally. Holy jumping. Are you in EST? Eastern Standard Time? Are you in the same time zone as me? Because that is a late lunch. That lunch is so late, you should be making Pioneer, Banned, and Restricted announcements afterwards. Anyone? Anyone? Topical? No? Alright, we're good. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get my basic planes here, because we'll be able to play Lurrus with that if we have to. And that means we can play Erayo and still have Fatal Push-Up, which is obviously baiting them even harder into blast zoning me right now, but a 1/1 flyer is kind of exciting at the moment. No blocks, but I will kill this before it hits me in case they have a light up the stage in their hand. I don't want to facilitate their card draw at all. Well, I can get my other basic swamp, which I guess is okay. I don't know. Let's go flying in. Bleh. Heroes Might and Magic had a little resurgence there. Up and atom. Up and at them. Up and atom. Up and at them. Better. Shane was here, but I'm assuming he has attended to more important matters. Yeah, I think we can afford to fetch. I mean, I don't really feel like being at 7 here is a big deal. I'd rather have the tiny amount of thinning. We're already down to 25 cards in our library, so normally the amount of thinning that you get from a fetch is fairly inconsequential. But the smaller your library is, the larger percentage that fetching a single card out is. So that's the logic there. So they could blast zone to get my Emry or my Erayos off the table here. But they definitely won't be able to cast Obosh afterwards. So while I'm worried about death, as usual, I'm not terrified at the moment. And we have Erayo, Repeal, and 0 mana cards here, so we can almost flip the next Erayo immediately, assuming that we don't die on the spot. Repeal the explosives. That's maybe something I'm gonna do. We'll see. Fudge. I'm gonna have to bounce the Swiss Spear. Or die. Oh, I think we drew all 4 Erayos this game. That's brutal. Yeah, no, we're just done here because they can just flashback a Firebolt. So that was a tad unfortunate, but not horrifically surprising. I mean, that is one of the better decks in the format, and they got the free win on game 1. The Mythic Jamboree Festival is kind of butts. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much spectator mode would help, unless you specifically mean one that would allow you to like see both sides of the battlefield essentially without having to do a bunch of technical chicanery. Erayo, that card is banned in my favorite format. Can you not even play a 1-of in Commander? Like, because they got rid of banned as a commander, which I don't understand. I'm very annoyed by the fact that they got rid of banned as a commander. I thought that seems like just a totally... Erayo's too good. Yeah, but it's a super high variance format. You only have 1 of it, right? Like, I don't... Whatever. Yeah, I have a lot of issues with commander, so... No, it's broken as a commander, so ban it as a commander. That's fine. Banned as a commander used to be a thing. Yeah, Braids was too good as well, right? Because the Stacks deck was really... I don't even understand the Stacks deck being that brutal. Like, I don't understand how that's possible in that format. That Braids in the Stacks deck was unbeatable, but I'm sure they know what they're talking about. I'm not. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Commander because I'm just going to flame it. We are actually on the draw this time, and this is actually a good hand for that. So. My bigger problem with Commander is always just the fact that it's multiplayer, and it's not really about... It's entirely about how it feels. Okay. Oh, shoot. Someone go grab Cave Dan. Pelt Collector has entered the fray. Okay. Again, we could turn 1 Emry here. I don't want to. Probably could have turn 1 EE'd. Is this Pioneer? It might be. With the decks my opponents have been playing, it certainly seems like it could... What is happening? I'm upset about Wurza not feeling good anymore. I agree. Holy jumping. So... Do I wish... I take the damage here, right? Because that leaves it in play, which means the Pelt Collector doesn't grow a second time. And then if it hits me once, that's fine. No, because next turn I play and pop the Engineer. Not this turn, but the turn after that. On my turn 3... yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we take the damage... Oh, we don't... Sorry, you don't take the damage to keep... Yeah, right. Because this way... I'm only going to get hit by it a maximum of 1 times, I hope. Yeah. No, you're right. I meant that it stays on the battlefield. I have played a lot of Vexing Devils in my time. So I think I got Godless Shrine and then Basic Island. Does that make sense? I think it does. No, because I want to be able to cast a Teferi if and when I ever draw one. So you get Watery Grave and Plains, I think. Or, no, Hallowed Fountain and Swamp, because, yeah, I want to split out my black mana more often. Oh, but I can't get Swamp. Alright, I just screwed myself over. Thinking too much. Oh, never punished. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This person is playing Zoo. Yeah, it appears that they are. Okay, Bauble plus Emry is a blocker. Yeah, that's... I think that's the line we were looking for. I was like, I want to put something into play here. Because I don't want them to be able to just, like, point all the endless bolts and everything at my face. I kind of wanted to hold the Bauble in case we were going to flip Erayo, but I don't think that's going to be our priority. I think our priority is playing and popping this Engineered Explosives and hoping that that is going to be valuable, that they will run out of gas soon. Probably about to play Goblin Bushwhacker. If they have Bushwhacker and Lightning Bolt, I am going to be a sad panda. Or Bushwhacker and Goblin Grenade. Oh, there's the Bolt. Game 1E is about to be a blowout. We'll see. I mean, I'm about to take 10. I could definitely die right now. Or go so low that it's, like, basically impossible for me to... Yup! So... What am I going to? 1 or dead? I'm dead, right? Yeah. Just dead. No, it doesn't matter who we left as a blocker. That was the situation I was thinking of, is like that they're just going to have a bolt and then clear through and just kill me. And I, like, obviously I didn't know that they would actually be able to do it. I just feel like that's always going to happen to me. All right. Jeez, this is a really, really messed up matchup for this deck. Just they have infinite numbers of small spells. Cut Erayo. I mean, but what am I doing to actually win the game after that point? Yeah, Soul Guide seems fine. Even Aether Spellbomb could go, but like, is Teferi really that good? Yeah, we're like, are we just riding Mentor and like maybe Lurrus here? Is it the whole game? I don't think our deck is a Dirtle deck at all. This deck is very, very aggressive in its own way. Maybe just cut one of these Emrys or just another Teferi. Yeah, just another Teferi. It's off-brand. It's not that off-brand. I play all sorts of wacky stuff. I've even played Prowess on this channel before. I enjoyed playing Prowess. I hate playing Burn, but Prowess is kind of neat. Like, I just like the triggers. So whenever there's triggers, they just make me happy. Slow, no removal. But I'm on the play and I have a Teferi. No. Yeah, that's better. Not good, it's better. A single piece of interaction makes this hand considerably better. Opponent got to keep their 7. Of course. Yeah. I guess I should be fetching Watery Grave here. Hopefully they Goblin Guide me. Nope. Okay. I think I'm just gonna gust the Pelt Collector in response. And they don't know that I have EE, and EE is gonna eat them alive even worse than it was going to before, so that's kind of hot. Let's Thought Scour first. Yikes. Okay, so Hallowed Fountain. Pass the turn. This is spell or ability. Okay. What's up, Schwen? Oh. Hello. I didn't expect to see you here. No, it's okay. Stay there. Minamo can give our Lurrus vigilance. Yes, it can. I think we go white, black, play Lurrus, play Mox Amber, play Aether Spellbomb, and now if they have a removal spell, we can scoop our Lurrus out of play. So that's kind of cool. Curd ape. For some reason, I want like a cross between some of the things that Magic Arena has given Magic Online, and by that I mean I just want Magic Online to have like MOBA style announcers. So just like whenever you do stuff, it's just like slightly more spectacular, but not like actually all that interesting. Monastery Mentor. Engineered explosives. Bloop. Oh, by the way, I think I won. I think it's possible we just won. That's value. Mentor is playable in Modern. In this deck, apparently it is. If you're interested in the deck list, you can type !deck in chat most of the time to get it. All right, so if my opponent draws exactly one land, we can win. Yeah, I didn't even sideboard against you for that. That was in my main deck. You just didn't know because you'd killed me too fast. It's the classic blunder. The most famous of which is never play a non-force deck when people are registering Neobrand, but only slightly less well known is this. Never kill your opponent before you know how hard their main deck can hose you. Which I suppose is almost the same point. This deck is a pile of cards. It sure is, and it went, I think it was 3rd place in a Modern Challenge. Can I keep this hand? I think I can. Yeah, double Bauble and a Fatal Push. I'm good. Mount Gilligan. Mount Gilligan? Gilligan? Yeah, Gilligan. And they mull to 5. All right. The choice to keep any hand. What a silly question. Of course, you would have to come in here and talk about, I don't know, the philosophical implications of how I phrased that. You're never robbed of choice. You can always choose to lose. Just choose to lose. It's so much easier. Embrace the darkness. I would say I shouldn't have played the second Bauble there, but because we've boarded out our Erayos, I'm okay with it. 104.3A. That's correct. I have a t-shirt for that. I really do. They boarded in Destructive Revelry. Okay, that's good to know. Try to kill my Mishra's Bauble. Just do it. All right, are we taking the damage from this? No, because we're just going to Fatal Push it. No, we're taking the damage from it because then we push the Narnum Renegade and then they have nothing going on. Yeah, we take the damage here. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I got it. I got there, Pie. I got there, Pie. I game theoried my way. I eventually figured it out. Wow, it turns out if you make good decisions and not terrible ones, sometimes you can win. Sometimes. What I need my opponent to do is make me discard cards. I think I'm just going to play Spellskite here, honestly. Move to discard. Yeah, that's the way to do it. No. Why are we upset, Pie? What did I do wrong? Oh, the Destructive Revelry. The thing that I talked about earlier. Yeah, I guess that's a problem. On the flip side, I get to play Fatal Push and Unearth this turn, so hopefully we're going to be all right. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I took a bunch of damage on that turn. I have to take 1 for this Fatal Push, but I'm not terribly worried about it, especially with a Spellskite in play now. This is Death Touch, so we're definitely going to push that. What? Seriously? Not cool. Not cool. The double Revelry. That was brutal. OP is a bully. A little bit. Would like to draw an island. In this case, that'll do. All right. 3rd Spellskite's the charm, right? Right? Say it with me now. Okay. I really should have fetched that blue. We are definitely blocking here. 10 out of 10. No follow-up. Can't wait to repeal this Spellskite, yeah. I want to fetch right now. I feel like it's going to get me killed. But we're going to do it. Cycle land. Yeah, we can do that. I think I'm going to fetch first. No death in response? Death in response. No way. The third one? Third Revelry? No, they mistapped. It's just going to be a burn spell. Tarkus Command or something. They played around the Fatal Push Board. Okay. Just dead. Fair enough. Yeah, I was correct. I should have fetched on my turn. Because I needed the blue open to redirect that to Spellskite. That's okay. When you're out of practice, you're out of practice. Simultaneously making decisions too quickly and too slow. I guess that's just a long, excuse-filled way to say poorly. I'm making decisions poorly. Thanks, Larynx Punchworthy. That does make me feel better. Listen, if people only wanted to watch absolutely top tier play, Erayo's kind of interesting. What does this deck lose to? Fair. I think this deck loses to a lot of the red decks, but I think you can beat them if you play it with experience and judicious deploying of your Emry or your Erayo. I don't know what in particular this deck loses to. I mean, you have game against everything. You really do. So you troll at every opportunity. Trolling is not the same as playing poorly. I am the anti-troll when it comes to actually playing the game. Is Erayo a red herring? I don't think so. I think it's a very, very important card in this deck and some of the other ones that I've seen in it, with it in there. Like, I think if you're going to play an Emry deck that can vomit out a flurry of spells, that Erayo is a very reasonable card to be playing. Probably reasonably well against Tron if we get Erayo active. Yeah. But that's basically the only game we have against them, and that was the same problem we had when we were playing Karn in these kind of decks, is like Karn was very... Also, actually, no, that doesn't actually work that well against Tron. Because the thing about Tron is that they'll just hit 8 mana and then play like a Chromatic Star and then play Karn. So you're actually not that great against Tron. I think I'm playing nothing here. I'm just going to fetch a tap land and Thought Scour. I gotta see what they're on. I'm assuming this is some kind of shadow. How many spells does flip Erayo? 4. The 4th spell that gets played will flip Erayo. Oh, I wonder if this is blue-black control. Yeah, this league has been... Well, the first game was... or the first match was a single game. And then the red deck just blew me out with Blood Moon, and the Zoo deck killed me on turn 3 in game 1. And like turn 3 in game 2 as well. 3 or 4. No, it was 4 or 5, but there weren't a lot of decisions getting made because they just had an infinite number of destructive rivalries. So we'll play just a Bauble and then just Emry. We're looking to set up an Erayo turn here, which we're very close to having. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we have it next turn. We can flip or play Erayo and flip Erayo next turn. Esper? Control? What are you doing? I hope you play Teferi next turn. I will crush you. Drown in Loch. That's unfortunate. Yep. So hopefully they do something silly like slam Teferi here. Oh no, but if Teferi, if they if they... Yeah, I'm definitely not questioning. Yep, that's the legal card they can play. Okay. Actually, do I want to pop this Bauble? I think I do. Because I can play the EE, repeal the EE. Oh, no! My Bauble! It can't attack! Well, it can't deal damage. I guess if it blocks, though. We can use the EE for the combo here, so... We're just going to flip our Erayo, and then we just have to find an answer for Gideon, and we should be fine. That's not an answer for Gideon, but it is a good card to have. So we go Erayo, EE, repeal, EE, and then she flips. Cool. We need to find white mana for Teferi, but that's... We'll get there. I wonder if they have a Force blue card in their hand, though. Because that would be... No, it's about to be too late. Yeah. If they have Force now, it flips my Erayo. So. But I have seen people misplay against this deck. Yeah, I feel like gifts on Twitch are not that far away. Oh, and there's our answer for Gideon. When watching others stream with this deck, it seems it really can't close without a mentor. I agree with you. By and large, this deck is not great at winning games. Here comes the beats, here comes the beats. Gideon getting some. Play Hallowed Fountain. Play Engineered Explosives. Or 3. Oh, what? X is 3, but that's not enough colors. Hold on. Black, green, blue. There we go. Sultai. On an anti-related note, does this deck play Uro? It does not, because it's not really playing green. We are playing Waterlogged Grooves. We're playing 2 of them, and that's to get the 4th color on Engineered Explosives from time to time, because there also is a silent clearing. So... And we do have to kill the Gideon either in response to the activation or, before he activates. But that's not a problem. What I do want to do is cast Emry for 1 mana. So what we're going to do is go hold priority, cast Emry, tap the 1, pay the 1, and pop the E. Yay, good player, making good play decisions. Okay. Bye, Gideon. Trigger. I hope you get stifled. Rude. Rude. 2 Waterlogged Groves, cast Arrow. So, we did have a blue-green Erayo deck that I called Turbo Erayo, because everything was turbo at the time. And you can find that on my YouTube. That one does play Uro is basically the only win condition. Oh, Uro and Karn. And actually, that was the initial version that Jiggy Wiggy 5-0'd with, I believe. So that is definitely a thing. And I think, personally, I prefer it because I really, really hate every time they flip it, they get stolen by Dak. That's fabulous. All right. I assume this is going to be the nail in the coffin here. If they have 2 counter spells to get... No? Okay. Yeah, I'll draw a card. They can't play any instants now anyway, so... I'm not worried about them coming after my Teferi. At least not at instant speed. Alright. I can't believe I'm up on clock. I feel so rusty, but I sometimes forget the average quality of Magic the Gathering players on Moto. I mean, it's high, but I don't know. But yeah, if you were to ask my preference for... What are you going to do? Oh, you're getting Inquisition? Alright, that's fine. Shark Typhoon. Oh, Shark Typhoon would have got me good there. You are right. I haven't played against that card in a minute. I don't know if the Esper deck would be playing... Nah, probably. Probably. Shark Typhoon's a great card. I love that card. Oh, they have double Inquisition in hand. Come at me, baby. Take all of my relevant cards from my hand. Do it. Do it now. Up and at them. Countered. Yeah. Should really yield to this. Now, are they going to do it again, or are they going to play a more relevant spell? That's the question. Ooh, relevant. Sure. Oh, that's going to bounce my Erayo. Well, that's a pain in the butt. Yep. Poing. On the flip side, we are very close to being able to... Uh-oh. Yeah, you can't Fatal Push Emry right now. You didn't have anything leave play. Or did you? Did they fetch during their upkeep? No, they fetched EOT. Right? Yeah, they did. Interesting. They could Inquisition the Erayo out of my hand? I know they have another one. Okay. Don't know what that's all about. Maybe they think... Okay, so we're just gonna flip our Erayo again. Erayo, Soratami, Ascendant. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a Thumb War. Whee! Or for Emma's benefit if she's still here. Oh, another Teferi. They have to play a second spell into my Erayo again, and then I'm just gonna flip the next Teferi, or flip the Erayo again. Unless they... Did they? Okay, so they activated their Teferi, but that doesn't actually let them play instant speed things. Because I have a Teferi. I do enjoy the fact that this Teferi war feels like not so bad for either player. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be a shame concession. I assume that's going to be a shame concession. What's up, Alex? You missed the beginning, but that's okay. We might play a really wacky mono-red artifacts deck. You want to see a really wacky mono-red artifacts deck? I feel like that would be what we're supposed to play next. Okay. They went through all that effort to draw 2 cards. Interesting. I know they have another Inquisition in their hand, right? Oh no, this is the same... Ah, I'm an idiot. For some reason, my brain... We're out of fetchable lands. I've made a mistake. I'm going to sack one of these, but... I also made a mistake tapping it. Well, I don't know if I want to go to 3 against that deck. They might have some kind of, like, incidental burn spell. Okay. I don't know, play all of these things? So Spellskite is not a non-creature spell. So we're going to go ahead and play that first. Then the Mentor. Now we'll go to 3 because I arbitrarily decide that it's now okay where previously it wasn't. Don't ask. Okay. Mox Amber. Thought Scour. Bloop. Beedly, leedle. One shot, one kill. Which is gonna be next turn with the Monastery Mentor tokens. Then we use Emry for one more trigger. We'll get a Bauble. Mishra's Bauble. Suppose I could like shock this Godless Shrine and then words. Do I have words? I have all the best words. No. Going to Toronto on Saturday. Neat. Godspeed, my friend. Polluted Delta. Okay. So their hand is 2 unknowns that they drew off of the Archmage's Charm. So do they have a Wrath in their deck, I guess, is the question we're after right now. Looks like maybe. Getting the Trials countered. Okay. Supreme Verdict would be really good against me here. 3, 4. Damnation. Well played. Well played. You got me. Well, shoot. Okay, so they're probably going to bounce my Erayo next turn, and then we're just going to play another one and flip it. The problem is we're running out of cards in our deck. They might wait another turn so that they can make sure they get to keep their Teferi around. I don't know. Mystic Sanctuary, okay. You get the Damnation? Inquisition, okay. So are they just guessing they'll have a spell to play? I don't know. Oh, they bounce the Erayo, and then they get to Inquisition the Erayo. Yeah, which would be really slick if I didn't have a second one in my hand. Yeah, no, resolved. You got me. Is there salt? There might be salt. Delicious. Nope, no salt. They discarded my EE instead. Okay. So, go array. Oh, win condition. Well, that'll be nice. Larynx Punch Lord was so happy. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna use Tasigur as the 4th spell. Oh, and they can't play instants right now. Cool. Thanks, Teferi. You've always got my back. Oh, I should have unearthed the Mentor there for maximum overdrive. Do I just play Tasigur, or do I unearth a Mentor here? Or unearth the Mentor here? Or is that like we're just like doing things too late, I guess? Nah, it's fine. Because they don't have a fetch land to get a Mystic Sanctuary, plus we're flipping an Erayo again. So they probably can't force through another Damnation. We'll just go ahead and do that. Do this. Okay. Is there a snow-covered plains in my library? This is an important question. No. Okay. Is there a snow-covered swamp in my library? There should be. Okay. Going to 2. Don't collective brutality me. Okay, good. Yeah, right, I've got Teferi. Okay. So hopefully we can kill them next turn. My birthday Sunday, wife's a few days after, so weekend together is what the doctor ordered. Oh, you got a great doctor, dude. Okay, what's the other card? Do they have the Damnation again? Verdict? Jace? Jace. Okay. Brainstorm? Brainstorm. Playing with fire. I like it. Okay, so we cannot kill them. However, go ahead and knock down their Jace. And hit him for 2. And I think probably just play nothing. I can't... Well, I don't have lethal on the battlefield, so I can play Tasigur and then activate him in response to a removal spell or a wrath, so let's do that. Tasigur. Oh, that's a scoop. This match will actually be longer than the previous games altogether. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I like playing lots of Magic. I will be back in 2 seconds. We're going to make some new sideboarding decisions. I'm excited. Alrighty then. So Jace, all the Thoughtseizes. Soul Guide Lanterns. 1 Jace, -1 EE, submit. You don't like Thoughtseize here? I kind of like Thoughtseize here. You want discard versus a control deck that's featuring discards? I think so. I mean, I guess the question is, what do I cut? And you're probably right. But I think I do want Soul Guide Lantern. I don't think I really care about Aether Spellbomb. I mean, obviously, Aether Spellbomb would bounce their Gideon, but I think the Gideon is probably largely the only creature that they're playing. Yeah, effective spells that discard. Yeah, I guess so. I'm happy to cut 1 EE, but I'd like to keep 1 and then 1 Mox Amber. So we tend to get Mox Amber flooded. I like 1 Spellskite, but 2 would be problematic. Maybe I don't even keep any Spellskites. Maybe the Mox Amber is just better. Are you saying we're on the beatdown? You like 2 Soul Guide. I like all the Soul Guides against the deck that's playing Mystic Sanctuary. Plus it just cycles too, right? Like... I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way, but I'm thinking about it my way. We're the deck that plays the threats. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. No, we are. I mean, I was poking fun at the statement we are the beatdown, but we are the beatdown. Like we are. Opponent mulls to 6. Can I keep this? Probably shouldn't against the discard deck. I just want more lands. They need to react. That's why I don't like discard. I got you. I'm just gonna keep this on the back of them, mulling to 6. Is this a beatdown hand? Kind of. There's a lot of stuff in this hand that they will feel compelled to deal with. That's not a land. That is, however, though, turn 3 flipped Erayo. So all I need is another mana source. Okay. So that's like 10 out of 10 Fatal Push. Because they had to have kept this hand for something. get Hallowed Fountain here? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Shock it. Land. That is not a land. That is very much not a land. Maybe this time? Alright, I will take it. Oh! Fatal Push this nerd? Yeah, there we go. Fatal Push this nerd. I don't know. Tasigur, go. This is the beatdown, by the way. Larynx Punchworthy was being cheeky, but this is actually the beatdown with Dismember. I would be okay if they dismembered there. That would be fine. Teferi would have been really annoying. That would have been the frustrating thing to see there. Okay, so I can't play either of these Teferis right now. But I can go to combat. Hulk Smash. Mox. Well, I don't know that I need to play the Mox before combat. I don't really want them to know that I have anything going on in my hand. I guess I can play Mox Mentor. But I'm walking into Damnation. But then if they Damnation, I'm one card off of being able to guarantee that I can Erayo. $50-50 on whether I should just like Thought Scour to draw a card, try to hit a land. Erayo pass? Oh, I don't know about that. I think it's Thought Scour. I think we try to hit a land drop here. We can flip Erayo. I know we can flip Erayo. That's what I wanted. No, I know we can flip Erayo, but they have cast nothing this game, and they have all their mana open. Like, if I play Erayo, it's just going to get countered, or they're just going to sit there. I'd like to find land, play Teferi, then wait to Erayo. That's the direction I'm thinking this game is going to go. We're going to slow roll the Erayo for after a Teferi, because they have to deal with the Teferis. And if they don't, then we protected our Erayo. And this Tasigur is pressuring them on board. So we're just going to start jamming Teferis down their throat now. Like, that's the game plan. Hello. Teferi, Time Raveler. A Time Raveler is never late. He arrives precisely when he intended to. Oh, they're casting a spell. You drowned my Tasigur. We're playing no spells to play around a remand. I mean, that is occasionally correct. Well, not now. All right. So we can play Erayo. So we can play Mox, then play Erayo. And then if we repeal, then yeah, no, they can always beat attempting to flip an Erayo here with a Fatal Push. However, we could just play Monastery Mentor or just play another Teferi. Let's just stick with the plan. This is not going to counter a Teferi. Well, maybe Mystical Dispute. All right, and I'm going to draw a card with Teferi because I could generate more mana with them. I could go play Mox, play Erayo. I could play Erayo as the fourth spell this turn, but I can't have Erayo and play a fourth spell. I can play Mox, bounce it, play Emry. And then with an Emry in play, they can't cast instants anyway unless they kill Teferi. Yeah, but I can't flip an Erayo right now. But the question is, do I want to just put Emry into play? I think that I do. It's pretty valuable. And I'll still have Repeal in hand, as well as Monastery Mentor. So I've got 1, 2, 3 spells, which is damned close. And if the Emry stays in play, I have 4, no problem. Maybe just plus the Teferi, but I feel like they're going to have a kill spell for him. I'm going to put the Emry into play. And draw a card. No, yeah, but that makes Erayo the 4th spell, which doesn't do the thing. Then Erayo is the 4th spell I've played the turn, so it doesn't work. Ban. Yeah, if Erayo is the 4th spell, then Erayo does not flip. And we picked up a Soul Guide Lantern, which we got to play for free, because we were planning on doing this anyway. So, your move, opponent. I've got value. How about you? It's weird templating, but like, what's the right way? Like, there's plenty of things in Magic that say like, if it's the second time thing X has been done this turn, so that it doesn't happen over and over and over again. Like, what I assume what you're thinking is like Erayo's templating could be like, whenever a spell is played, if 4 or more spells have been played in a turn, then it flips. But that's not really, you know. Okay, so we can definitely flip Erayo, right? Because we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So play Erayo, play Mentor. No, play Erayo, play Repeal, play Mox, play Mentor. I think I'd rather save Emry for if I get Wrath. Triggers. And bleep. GG! Maybe. We'll see. This is how you beat control. Also just this card. Also them stumbling on their land drops after mulling to 5. What I'm saying is the way you beat control is just to beat them. Just beat control by saying beat them. Yeah, let's chain some repeals here. Just to put a bunch of tokens into play. What is my record? Right now we're 1 for 2. We got annihilated by Mono Red and Zoo. Zoo had busted hands. They were disgusting. They were quite excellent. Right. Sure. Uro is a good hedge versus super aggressive decks. I don't know that that's true. That Zoo deck would have killed me if I played a turn 3 Uro. In fact, they killed me on their turn 3 on the play, so Uro was irrelevant. The good hedges versus a super aggressive deck is main decking multiple forms of removal. The problem with main decking multiple like removal spells is you make yourself a dog to like the Hour of Promise, Field of the Dead control decks. Yeah. That's the real answer, is that you just need them not to nut draw you. Their consistency needs to fall off from time to time. Yay, magic. Got him. All right, we're playing for the 3-2. Clearly, you need a playset of Healing Salve. I mean... Yeah, I agree that Uro will save you in situations where Mentor won't. But then Mentor is a much faster clock, so... Also, I have that on my plate. Wing shards? Again, it's too much mana. The way you beat the Zoo decks and the Prowess decks is either like playing Chalice on 1 in game 1, or you play like 4 Fatal Pushes and 3 Lightning Bolts. Those kind of numbers. Karn's definitely the right call. Yeah, I like Uro, Karn, and Emry. I don't like Mentor at all, personally. I know it's good. I get it. Like, I get that it's good. I don't like the way that it's good in these decks. Affinity with Erayo's in it. Well, that's just spicy. That's just pure spice. I know you love Mentor, and that's great. You should love Mentor. I like Mentor in as a juke for sideboard and control decks, but I just don't like Mentor. Puzzle. Wonder if they're playing Narset Puzzle Box. Alright. Wow, this hand is really slow. Opponent does not have a companion. They mulligan. I too will mulligan. Well, this one doesn't have any lands. Mentor plus Bolas' Citadel's nuts. Yeah, I can believe that. I will mulligan to 5. Yeah, that's the best one. Send back that guy. Send back... Yikes. Okay. Send back the Mentor. Because Lurrus is like a cantrip. Because I have the Bauble. Alright. Oh no. Oh, maybe not. We might be able to beat them before they can do their thing. Looks like Belcher. I mean, it could be a number of other things, but it looks like Belcher. How much does it look like Belcher? Okay, so it's Belcher. Was the worst card ever put in a sideboard in a competitive Modern deck? I want to say it's definitely one with nothing. I think that was done once. Okay. Well, yep, gonna need to hit that land. Can Belcher beat a flipped Erayo? Yeah, they can. Certainly gonna give us some time to work with. Metamorphose, okay. I'm guessing this is like a wheeling turn. Like they're gonna set up the recross the paths, but they want to... So they're just gonna set up to kill me next turn, I'm guessing. Steam Flogger Boss into a sideboard. Hello, the Professor 711. 711. I hope you are well. Recross the paths. Okay, so they get to stack their entire deck. Neat. Those 710 professors know what they did. They know what they did. No, they definitely could beat a flipped Erayo, but they need to do so very carefully. It is not going to be trivial for them to do so, let's say that. I need to draw an untapped land. Just one. Yeah, man. Jiggy Wiggy is an incredible brewer. Brian is a wonderful fellow to work with. He's got some really good ideas, too. And then I exist. Okay, so we clash with our Aether Spellbomb. I will put it on the bottom. Do not want to draw that. Please, for the love of all that is holy, untap land. Nope. Okay, pass the turn. 7/11, my wedding date. Neat. Good for you, Professor. Wow, thanks, Professor. All right. Do I have to make them kill me? I guess I should. Holy jumping! That's a quality marriage there, bud. Quality. Yep. Just put the Belcher on the stack. I'm good. Alright. And we're dead. I suppose I should have scooped when they cast the wheel, because they didn't know what I was on before that point. So that was a bit of a misplay. I don't think I need engineered explosives. Probably don't need Aether Spellbomb. Don't need Soul Guide Lantern. No Jace for Gust. Yeah, you're right. Spellskite's good. And then cut a Teferi. Yeah, we're just looking to combo here. Combo disruption and killing them. Bauble worse than Mox, in your opinion? I disagree. But I'm sure that's going to bite me in the ass. Yeah, you're probably right. Alright, we'll roll like that. We'll roll like that. They play Blood Moon? Okay, good to know. These are the things that I'm missing by not... What are you... Why are you always so upset? No! It's like, it's a one Thought Scour, man. You really think the Bauble... That's fine. Fine. Scour good versus Miracle. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, the chances of me having a Bauble in the Repeal, at least, Repeal is insane. Repeal is like the best thing. Repeal combos with any of our 0-drop artifacts, which I guess we've cut down by a little bit here, but still. I feel like Repeal is one of the best cards in this deck. Because it's 2 spells to flip your Erayo. Like, you always kind of want one in your hand. Basically, anytime you play it. Oh, also, Professor 711, if you want to see previous versions of the Erayo deck, you can check out my YouTube. We are the control deck. Well, I mean, no, we're like the combo deck, I guess. It's just, this is 2 ships passing in the night, kind of. I mean, we are the control deck, but we're closer to like a prison deck. It's not great, but I will keep it. Turn 1 Thoughtseize is going to get around if they have Veil of Summer. Any Thoughtseize after turn 1 is speculative at best. Okay, so this looks pretty good. They mull to 5. That last game again is like, we were so close to just like kind of getting an auto win. Like, it really was brutality. I can afford to fetch a basic swamp, so I will do so. Suppose I could get Godless Shrine with this and then basic island, and then I have access to blue if I get Blood Mooned. Yeah, I think that's actually the direction I'm going to go. So that you don't get upset again. Let's do the sequencing correctly. Yay! Pyretic Ritual. Great card for them to have on top. Love that. So we just take this. All right. Oh my god, because it shows everything twice. All the modal double face cards. All the M discs. Okay, Valakut in play. Alright. That'll work. Am I playing a Mentor first? I am, right? Because I really want to get the clock into play. Yeah. Thought so. Well, I mean, the appeal of playing the Teferi first is then we get to defend it, but... So they've played Balagad Recovery, okay. So they can Pyretic Ritual this turn, but they can't cast too much after that, most likely. Okay, so they drew this, because this is, yeah, Shatter Skull Smashing. And they play Balagad to get that back. Okay, so next turn they have Crossed Paths, and they have Pact of Negation in their hand, which they can't use now. So we're going to dump as much as we can into play here. No Mox? We're going to play the Mox. We're going to play the Mox after we... Oh, well, I guess, yeah. No, I maybe should have done it last turn. I guess I was just thinking of... Yeah. I was thinking of keeping it for Erayo. Let's go Mox. Okay. We'll go bounce it. So I'm just going to kill them the turn after next turn. So let's go tap for a blue, repeal. Play it again. And then that's where we're going to end for casting spells this turn. And then next turn we just easily lethal them. So we'll uptick our Teferi. So I think even with one removal spell, we will easily kill them next turn. Because we're hitting them for 6 now, so... Emry is free. Emry is not free. Emry is not free to play this turn. Emry costs 2 right now. You want to uptick? I mean, I don't have to, but if I downtick next turn, I get an extra spell out of it. Which means if they have a removal spell, I have more room to lose, like a monk. I guess they're at 11, so it's not... Like, I don't really think it matters either way. I can't imagine anything happening here. Like, they could have a board wipe. The removal is anger. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they have a board wipe here, then playing the Emry out was a bad idea. So we could have drawn those 2 cards. That's fine. Okay. Good luck on the last one. Let's not get Veil of Summer on a Thoughtseize. That's the dream. I don't know that they're actually playing Veil of Summer, because they have so many come into play tapped lands for turn 1. Can I keep this? I think I can. It's not great, but the Aether Gust is really good. It's really, really chonky, and we don't have black mana for the Thoughtseize. So this is like the whole game plan here is turn 2 Emry and then ... And Aether Gust exists. I'm going to keep it, but because I'm greedy. I just always assume I'll draw what I need. not always a great way to play Magic the Gathering, the strategy game, but, you know, it's a choice. It's a choice, and I made it. We did get the Minamo, so we can draw 2 cards a turn off of Emry. So that's kind of hot. They kept a 7, though. When they keep a 7, it's concerning. Because they can have a turn 3 kill. They could even have a turn 2 kill. Doesn't come up very often, but it can happen. Okay, doesn't look like it. But I think they might have the turn 3. Just... there was the smallest pause before they actually played the Turn Timber Symbiosis. Or the Turn Timber... yeah, the Turn Timber Serpentine. I wonder if I should just hold up the Aether Gust here because I could die. And next turn I can play Emry for 1 mana and then make sure that I don't die. I think making sure that I don't die is probably worth a turn here. Just dying on the spot seems like a bad idea. Plus, if they start going all in, we can really, really ruin their day. I think I just gust that. Yeah. Get out of here. Oh, good, they didn't pact me. That would have made for an awkward game. Black mana? No. Womp womp. Still, we go Bauble, Emry, and I'm going to fire off both my Baubles here because I would like to draw a piece of interaction during their upkeep. I mean, they get to stack their deck this turn. It's not over. Again, assuming that they get to play the recross the pads. They also could just win. Yikes! These are not the best cards to have against that deck. Yeah, you got it. Womp womp indeed. We did, Roy. We did. Welcome, welcome. Well, now that you're here, I think I have to do the second deck. There's a weird perpetual farting sound. That's the fan on my computer. Yeah, I could try to balance it out. What if we... that might have helped. It's weird because I cleaned out so much worse. Oh, great. All right. Yeah, this looks like it's by far the lowest. I suppose I could... I wonder if it's low enough. Okay, good. Yeah, I got the... yeah. I won't bother explaining what that is, but there's a filter now helping. Yeah, good. So we lose. Well, we haven't lost yet, and there's plenty of things we could draw. How are things? Things are alrighty. Things are alrighty. Going to be recording another episode of Serum Visions tomorrow. And we got a really sweet mono-red artifact deck to play after this. Let me put it on the deck queue so you can see it. The M stands for mono. It doesn't, but mono rad artifacts definitely is the feeling of the deck. Yeah, that's one of the co-hosts. They flip turn timber symbiosis. I will put this repeal in the bottom. Thank you. That is not going to be helpful. Interesting you hide Tron from that name. Oh, I mean, sure. I suppose I could call attention to the fact that there's Tron in there. Okay, so we drew the Erayo. Question is, what do I do with it? I can get black mana. So Erayo costs 2. Man, if I had a Mox in my graveyard. Hold on. Emry can cast 2 spells. Oh, we're just 1 mana short. How can I flip? I think I'm a mana short. Play Erayo, use Emry to cast a spell, and then I can play 1 more spell some way. But I don't think I can do it. Because it's all baubles in the graveyard. It's baubles all the way down. Yeah. Bauble us plus Grove. Well, we can certainly start off by baubling ourselves. We need to find Mildew. Yeah. Oh, everyone's been by, and as well as... Shoot, that is not what I meant to do. Everyone's been by, including Emma, English Emma, British Emma, and Shane from the Dive Down podcast. So we've had a lot of visitors today. It's been crazy. Oh, and Stryfo, and yes, I know it's a punt. Stryfo and yeah, I know. I was talking about things that were going on. Godless Shrine on top. That doesn't help me anyway. Yeah, there's just no way to do this, huh? I think we're just dead. We even know... Yeah, I know we needed red for the Thoughtseize. Emry now, I suppose, for the full 3 mana. I don't know how that... I guess if I draw Thought Scour, I can mill to them. Yeah. All right. That's what we're in for. So we play Emry. We clear the top of our deck. Pass the turn. And hope that during their upkeep we draw Thought Scour. I mean, we milled the Mox Amber now. Oh, maybe there was a way to do... No, there wasn't a way to do it. That doesn't work. Thought Scour. Okay, not good enough. Okay, almost definitely dead. It's a shame. How's the podcast been? Your stream is the only MTG I consume at the moment. Yeah, podcast's been great. We got all sorts of downloads. We passed 1,000 the other week. I don't have anything I can do. Kill me, friend. Kill me. $1,238 downloads. We have brought some amount of joy to some amount of people. All right. Man, if I get another turn, I'm going to hose them so hard. I mean, I suppose if they throw a Manamorphose in here to draw a card, how does the download count work? If I download them but I don't listen to them, so you still get credit. I believe so. Okay, we're going to Thought Scour them in response to their Manamorphose here, just in case for some silly reason they put one of the cards that they actually need to win the game on top. To draw it with the Manamorphose was their plan, which, you know, very unlikely, but it's possible, so we try. What did it mill? I didn't pay attention. Desperate Ritual, so... Maybe. They should have just slammed their Ironcrag feat there if they got one. This has got to be the feat, right? What? Okay, they put all their Manamorphoses on top? Jeez, I don't know. Does it count if I use a third-party app? I use Podcast Addict on my phone. They sided in goblins, maybe. They could have done. Oh. Yep. Huh. What are you knowing? What, like we could have stopped that? Or that we incorrectly timed out the Morphos. Oh, yeah, I mean, if I had thought that they were going to board in, empty the Warrens, and then stack the... But they could have had the empty in their hand. They could have 100% put the empty where their hand was going to be, because we only had a blue untapped. Like, I don't think that there's any way to reasonably beat what they set up there at all. I think any direction that we go on that, they can blow us out easily. So I think that the chance that I took with Thought Scour there was like a 1 in a million, and it wasn't particularly relevant. Anywho, yeah, this is a time. Super high variance, but it is like a powerful entrance into the modern meta. We will see if it has any kind of tenacity, any type of endurance, any type of ability to stick around over the long term, or if it's just sort of a neat flash in the pan meta choice for one weekend. This is the Uro version here, which I thoroughly prefer, although I don't know if all the numbers in here are great. Maybe Springleaf Drum needs to get cut. Although this one can use the extra mana a lot better because it's playing Karn. That said, I think this deck is definitely my preference in terms of the two. Yeah, I really like what this deck is doing. Maybe this one could use Wrenn and 6. I know Jiggy would probably have the feeling to go with that. Oh, also the Esper deck clearly needs a 61st card. I mean, what are they doing? Amateurs. And it might be worth revisiting the 80 card version. It's been a while since I played this deck, and it might be the case that the meta around has adjusted in such a way that this is something neat to play again. So that would be exciting. We are going to go on to another deck, and so I'm going to take a moment to get the cards changed over, and we're going to play this mono-red artifacts deck that's totally bonkers, and we'll see if Brian M's concoction here has any Blightsteel sized legs to stand on. So stick around and maybe we'll get some infect kills. It's all fields and goddamn Mystic Sanctuaries in them leagues today. I have had the opposite. I have run into all the lightning bolts. All the lightning bolts. I hate lightning bolt. I love lightning bolt. I hate lava dart. So stick around, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you can hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out the other decks that we are rolling with, like this mono red artifact deck. this song. Just Demi's in general is just fantastic music maker. Clearly, if we need an upgrade on the Serum Visions podcast, we should shell out and have him write us a theme song. Or I could write it and have him produce it.
Now you gentlemen gonna buy some wigs, right?
Can we stop for ice cream?
What? Can we stop for ice cream?
Buck, can we stop for ice cream?
Now you gentlemen gonna buy some wigs,
Buck,
right?
can we stop for ice cream?
What? Can we
Buy some wigs?
I hate this place.
That's it! That's it! That's it! That's it! Back to Winnipeg! That's it! Back to Winnipeg!
I don't know why Expedition Map is a 1 over here. I feel like that's definitely wrong.